Hi, I'm Tanner, and I read about Chris Kyle in the book American Sniper. So, Chris Kyle grew up on ranches and stuff, and he would ride horses and, herd cattle and stuff. And when he was 18, when he was 18, he joined his first rodeo, and he, did something to his wrist because a horse fell on top of him, and they had to pull the horse off. And they had to, put pins in his wrist so his wrist didn't, completely fall out of his, rest of his arm. So that kind of ruined his rodeo career. But he decided to just go back to ranches and do stuff there. But he decided to sign up for the military, and he wanted to be in the Navy, but no one was in the office to take his application because they were on a lunch break. But then the SEALs came out and told him to go into their office, and he applied, but he couldn't go because of the pins in his wrist. But they called back a couple of days later, and they took him into the military. So he started training in BUD/S, basic underwater demolition training. And he went through all that, and it was terrible because there was a ton of exercise and stuff, and you were kind of tortured, but not really. But it's to get you ready for what might happen in battle or in Iraq. But he gets deployed into Syria after he advances from BUD/S. And he starts off just doing basic SEAL techniques like breaching and clearing and stuff. And he nearly dies there, which you can read about in the book, should you choose to buy it. And he comes home and he gets married, and this all happened really quick. So he decides to start a family with his wife Taya. It's Taya. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's okay. And then she has a son. And then he gets deployed 2 days later, so he doesn't get to really bond with his son at all. But when he goes back, he is there for the capture of Saddam Hussein. And around that time, he comes back home after that, and he goes to learn how to become a sniper, and becomes one. He's accepted, I don't know, but yeah, he does that, and then this is where his career really kicked off, because he just inspired a lot of people to join the military. And even if they didn't become a sniper, then it's still good because they were in the military. Because they just saw all of his publicity, good publicity about him being an amazing sniper. And at this point in the book, he doesn't talk about his last 3 deployments. I don't know why. That all happened in 20 pages. But anyways, he comes home one time and he has a daughter, and she gets leukemia, but she doesn't die, thankfully, from it. He comes home again after deployment, and that's his last deployment. And he starts his own company called Craft, and it's out of business now, but it was training classes and stuff, and they had their own merchandise and things. But sadly, the only person's life he couldn't save was his own, and he died on February 2nd, 2013, which is sad because he was passionate about God and his country. But he also did something that I wrote about somewhere. He I don't know what I wrote about the trait before, but he did something. He won 2 silver stars and 5 bronze medals for bravery because he was in the military. And one of his quotes is, "I've lived the literal meaning of the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's not corny for me. I felt it. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my chest." Any questions?
Do you know who killed him?
Eddie Ray Ruff.
Can you explain a little bit kind of what he was doing that led to his death?
Oh, it was sad because he was on a gun range helping. Well, he helped veterans in his free time, but he was on a gun range teaching people how to shoot, and Eddie was there, and he just straight up murdered him.
For his truck.
What?
He said it was for his truck.
Okay. Marvin?
Did he have PTSD?
The guy that killed him?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I looked it up on a website, and it said he had many illnesses, mental illnesses. All right. Any other questions?
Can you just tell them real quickly what the job of a sniper is?
It's to basically provide overwatch for the people that are going into battle, or scout people out.
Good job, Tanner.